Good morning, officer. How are you doing today? Are you ready for your first day of police work out in the field? You look ready, but I know you tough guy types always try to keep a straight face. Don't worry, you'll be fine and I'll be with you every step of the way. Are you hungry? Did you want to grab a bite to eat before we begin? No? Okay, well, how's your biosuit? Are you constricted at all? Can you move freely? It's a pretty impressive piece of engineering. It enhances strength, speed, stamina, even hearing and vision. But they always looked uncomfortable to me. Are you sure you don't need anything before we begin? I'm sorry. The truth is, I'm kind of nervous myself, and I tend to ramble when I'm nervous. So let me apologize in advance if I go over anything you already know. This is, after all, my first time in the field too. I'm your new partner in Time Pilot. That's an acronym for what we do. Tactical, intelligence, medical, equipment. I pilot the drone that you're seeing now. I'm actually at my desk in HQ. 3rd floor, 4th row, 5th cubicle on the left, 4 monitors and a cup of coffee. After we're done today, you should come over so we can meet face to face, shake hands, and do all that social stuff. I've been at this post for about a month. As you know, they match police officers with their time pilots based on their matching psychological profiles, so that we can make a more effective team. So I had to wait until a suitable candidate came through the academy before I could get my feet wet. On a personal note, let me thank you for signing up. Truth be told, I was getting a little antsy waiting for a partner. My name is Aurora, by the way. Nice to meet you. What's your name? I know your name from the file I was given, but do you want me to call you by your last name, keep things professional, or can I call you by your first name? First name it is then. I was hoping you'd say that. I like your name. Very strong. Fitting, I think. Well, let me give you a quick briefing on what I'm capable of and how I can help you out. On the tactical side, I'm equipped with a mounted 9mm firearm for lethal response and 50,000 volt wireless taser projectiles with an effective range of 50 feet. I also have 1,000 lumen tactical light source with a 360-degree effective range to pacify suspects. For intelligence, I have the standard 2 years of education for time pilots and am fully certified in field operations, police protocol, urban combat, tactics, negotiations, first aid, field medics, and I can put together a 500-piece puzzle quicker than anyone else in the precinct. Hey, it is not a cute nerd hobby. It's very challenging and a relaxing way to spend your free time. You should try it before you make fun. Now, may I continue? Medical, yes. I know they've prepared you for this in the academy, but you're going to get shot at and will be put into life-threatening situations, and you may be injured out there on the beat. I will do everything I can to make sure that doesn't happen, but if it does, I'll be able to help you, okay? I'm equipped with electromagnetic probe to help in the removal of bullets, as well as an auto suture to help close any wounds and stop the bleeding. I have adrenaline and morphine on board, but I can only administer those in certain specific situations that I've been certified for. I also have a cauterizing tool and a fully stocked onboard first aid kit. There is also a surgeon who walks around the bullpen here who can help me out, answer questions, or take control of the drone and do field surgery if the need arises. So don't worry. Whatever happens, you'll be okay, and I'll get you home in one piece, partner. Last is equipment. I have an auxiliary sidearm, baton, and taser that are at your disposal, should you need them. I also have pepper grenades and a collapsible riot shield in case things get really hairy. Also included is spare ammunition, evidence bags, handcuffs, road flares, survival blanket, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. You've never heard the song 12 Days of Christmas? How have you never heard that song before? It's a classic, how can you? So you have heard of that song. Okay, so you're funny too. Well, maybe we will be a great team after all then. Okay, partner, why don't we run an operations test on your helmet to make sure your visor is working. Go ahead and put it on. Okay, now activate it, and the graphical user interface should start to ride up. Is it on? Good. Your visor gives you all kinds of useful information. In the bottom left-hand side, you can see your current ammo levels, as well as how many are in your current magazine. In the upper left is the transcripts from dispatch. In the lower right is the status of your vehicle. It's not linked right now, but when it is, you'll be able to see the status, use the remote start, engage the autopilot, turn controls over to me, as well as access the backseat cam, rear cam, and dash cam. And in the upper right, 1 second. Howdy, partner. This is me. This is what I look like. I'm not sure what else to say, but as far as your GUI goes, I can customize it for you so you can have less information widgets, more, or different ones altogether. I have 4 different monitors that I have to look at, so it's not a big deal for me, especially if you think you're going to be distracted. I'll email you a list of all the information widgets that are available. You can look at it and tell me how you want it all set up. Well, let's head to the garage to get your patrol. No, there is no such thing as a puzzle interface, and I can already tell that I'm not going to live that one down. That's okay. I'm used to people making fun of me about it, but I am not going to take you seriously until you give it a try for yourself. Any other questions? You don't have to apologize, partner. I'm not mad. Truth be told, I was really worried about what kind of officer I was going to be teamed with. My psych profile says that I use humor to deflect serious situations, and that I am prone to excessive talking as a defense mechanism in uncertain situations. So I was worried they would assign someone to balance me out, like someone with no sense of humor who only talked when necessary. I mean, I know we just met, but I am glad that we got each other, and I really hope that you feel the same way. You were nervous about your time pilot. You didn't seem nervous at all, but I suppose all that training for unexpected situations helps you deal with all kinds of different things. I guess it never occurred to me that my officer would be nervous too. But it makes a lot of sense now that I think about it. After all, you're going to have me in your head rambling for at least 10 hours a day. Probably more with our manpower shortage. So at least we're getting off on the right propeller. Well, moving on, let's go to the garage and get your patrol vehicle. This is your patrol vehicle. It's a standard 4-door interceptor made specifically for the police. It has a top speed of 170 miles per hour, but I will be very upset if you ever go that fast, as there is no reason for it, since I am your eye in the sky, as it were. It can accelerate from 0 to 60 in 4.67 seconds. It also has bullet-resistant windows, as well as some armor plating. Obviously, the drone that I'm piloting won't fit inside, so I will be flying above you at all times, keeping you in the surrounding area in my field of vision. Don't worry, we will be in constant communication through your headset and visor. Your vehicle does have a radio should you need it, but I will be responsible for most of the communication with dispatch. The roof has a docking port that I can latch onto to charge my drone if the need arises, or if I'm not at the controls for any reason. Although, keep in mind that your already obvious police car is going to stand out even more with a time police drone docked to the roof, so we'll try to avoid that if we can. Our unit number, in case you're curious, is 3 William 56. We share a call sign since we're a team, and as I said, I'll be doing the communicating with dispatch, so just tell me what you need or want to relay and I'll take care of it. Okay, do me a favor, activate the pair button in the bottom right screen of your visor. Okay, good. Activating pairing on vehicle 3 William 56. Okay, your visor should be paired to the vehicle, and you should see its status in your visor to the lower right-hand corner. Pretty cool, huh? Try and use the remote start. Awesome. Climb in. Okay, did you see when you opened the door how the status changed? You can see if any of your doors, hood, or the trunk are open and can unlock or lock any of them through your visor. It's a pretty handy gizmo, but don't overload yourself with information. That's my job. You need to keep distractions to a minimum. Now that you're all set up, I'm going to fly outside and do some operations tests of my own. Your vehicle has a GPS, and I have your signal streaming to one of my monitors, so don't worry about losing me. I'll pick up your trail as soon as you get into traffic. Also, thanks. I am fully aware that you already knew about 99% of everything we went over today, and that you sat through it all without complaining or cutting me off. I just wanted to let you know that it really helped me to get all the rambling out of my system and to get to know you a little better. After our first shift is over, how about I pay for the first round? Great. Well, what do you say, partner? You ready to go catch some bad guys?